Hey guys, so what's the secret to a successful marriage? You know, like back in the day, it used to be like, oh, just find someone, be loyal, don't cheat. I mean, yeah, that's very important. You know, don't cheat, listen to them, communicate, be there for each other. But people are getting divorced, like a lot of people, and it's like, what exactly do you need to do? You know, do you still go with like what everyone else has been saying in the past works, but it's not really working? But it's working to some degree, but like it's not the answer. Like when something just sounds right. So even though everyone knows it's not working, everyone just agrees with it because it's like, well, the alternative is bad. So yes, this is not working, but it's all we have. That's why it's good to have someone just come along and be like, hey, no, stop. You don't have to be righteous. You don't have to do something just to like appear good to everyone else. If you're not okay, just say you're not okay. You know? Like if you're in a marriage and you're not feeling it, like maybe there's nothing wrong with your partner. Your partner can be the greatest person in the world. That's cool. But if you're not happy in the marriage, there's no need to feel like a terrible person about it. You know? Like I've been seeing a lot on Netflix. Like they have all these shows about like people having affairs, and I'm just like, is that what's going on nowadays? Is that, and it's always like trending, like always like, oh yeah, this show just came out. It's number one. Everyone is watching it. I'm just like, is that what everyone is thinking about nowadays in a marriage? Is that like what their fantasy world is? Like, oh, it would be so cool to just like cheat, you know? I'm just like, I'm curious, like, is that what's going on? Because, like, I don't think there's anything wrong, because, like, a lot of people in marriages have, like, you know, open relationship, and I feel like that's a good thing, I know that might sound weird, but I feel like that is a good thing, because if you trap someone and you're just like, oh, yeah, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, it kind of makes them want to do it. And I get it. A marriage is supposed to be like this sacred bond where it's like, no, we are for each other and that's that. But just like putting a stop to something like that can make someone feel trapped and feel alone. If your partner wants to talk to you about something and be like, hey, have you ever thought about an open marriage? Like, maybe you should listen, just be like, okay, so this is what's going on in their mind, because you don't want to get hit with a divorce paper out of nowhere, and it's like, where were the signs? How come you didn't tell me you were thinking about this? So I feel like not caging someone, because like that's why a lot of people before they get married, or before they like take their relationship seriously, they like to experiment. And I feel like that's best done in like your early 20s, or even like your late 20s. Just like experiment, see what's out there, meet different people, so that way when you get into a marriage, like, I mean, you're still gonna be curious, but it's not like gonna be at a high level where it's like, oh man, if I cheat right now, it's gonna be so bad, or you have all this pressure on you, then you start feeling caged, and it's like, let's get a divorce, and then you get a divorce, and you find out, okay, there wasn't really anything out there. The grass wasn't greener on the other side, you know? So I feel like when you're in a marriage, I feel like it lasts longer if you're in an open relationship, or at least if you guys have experimented so much that, the grass is not greener on the other side, you guys are for each other, you know? But yeah, I'm just very curious to hear like people in marriages, or even people that are not in marriages, like what you guys think about, marriages, because I'm the type of person I like running scenarios in my head before I get into something. I don't want to do it just because everyone else is doing it, you know, because people are very good at selling you the dream. and then you get into it and you realize, oh yeah, this is not what I want, you know? So yeah, it's marriage. How is marriage nowadays? Like, what's that's like? You know, what kind of partner does everyone like? Is opposite attract? Is that like still a thing, or like, is it better to find someone that you guys are similar, so you guys can like do things together and stuff like that? Like, I don't know, like, what is it like being in a marriage? Please let me know.